No Nut November, right in time. What would happen to your body if you stopped having, or if you never had it? Let's find out.
Sex is everywhere. It's in the news, in the YouTube videos you watch, and practically every television show or movie you've ever seen. But what happens if you never have sex? Would you explode? Would you die? The answer might surprise you. Even if you don't know what you're missing, your body does.
You don't get superpowers. That chakra, man. Let's see what they say. I already know.
Let's look at some common physical and mental side effects of never having sex. First, we'll look at the physical ramifications to the body. Men who have regular sex and ejaculate more frequently have a lower risk of prostate cancer. This means if you never have sex as a male, you're actually at a higher risk of getting prostate cancer. The reason for this is because humans evolved, like all living things on this planet, to be reproduction machines.
Dang, virgin.
The body needs to release old sperm in order to create newer, more viable sperm.
So it's good for you.
It's not yet clear what the precise cause of prostate cancer is, but studies suggest that men who have frequent sex or ejaculations tend to have a lower risk. So if a male never has sex, he should be at least masturbating. This will be a common theme here.
So technically doing this is self-care. Medicine stuff.
For females that never have sex, there are different repercussions to the body. Sex strengthens the pelvic floor muscles that support the bladder. If a female never has sex, they may find themselves with a weak bladder. This could lead to leakage or incontinence.
Is that why you get old and pee your pants? Just that.
That being said, females can also achieve the benefits of sex from self-pleasure as well. Another negative effect women who never have sex may encounter is that the vagina may be drier than someone who is engaged in sexual activity. This is not necessarily a problem, other than it can be uncomfortable. If someone has gone their whole life without having sex, it could take longer than expected for arousal to begin. This could happen because the body would be feeling all new sensations.
Why he look like that? That's cat. Oh wait, actually. That's cat.
Your body needs to create and dump hormones into the bloodstream and then increase the blood flow to areas of the body that have never or very infrequently been used. Whether someone is male or female, never having intercourse can be connected to higher blood pressure.
I bet you are stressed.
The most likely reason for this is because there is a correlation between having sex and the lowering of stress hormones in the body.
You ain't getting one.
This is a serious health concern a celibate person should be aware of. This can be done through masturbation, but there are other options as well, such as meditation. Again, our bodies evolved to be sex machines, therefore they expect to have a release every now and then. High blood pressure would definitely be a negative side effect of never having sex.
That's not blood pressure. My boy, like, he got something else, like his signature.
Having orgasms has been linked to benefits to someone's immune system. Psychologists Carl Charnetsky and Francis Brennan Jr. conducted a study where they took saliva samples from people who frequently had sex and those who did not. Patients who were having sex, their saliva contained higher concentrations of immunoglobulin A, which is an antibody used to fight off the common cold.
So, jerking off and sex keeps you healthy.
If this is true, then someone who has never had sex may find themselves getting sick more frequently.
You're promoting the homeless.
The reason for this boost in the immune system may have more to do with the close proximity to another human during sex than the act itself. But what about the mental effects? Are the people who never have sex at risk of having higher mental health issues? Since everyone is different, there is no absolute definitive answer.
I feel you, me too.
Sex releases certain hormones that lower stress levels in the body. This can be achieved through masturbation as well, but another important mental health benefit of sex is the feeling associated with physical intimacy.
Why are you crying through your side eye socket?
Something that cannot be obtained through self-pleasure. Someone who has never had sex before may develop what psychologists call skin hunger or touch starvation. This is when lack of close physical contact results in negative mental health issues. The intimacy during sex cannot be replicated. Even if someone spends a lot of time around other people, the physical contact and sensations during sex are sometimes necessary.
Whoever animated these reactions, bro.
Not be surprising for someone who has never had sex to feel isolated or insecure. If someone who has never had sex is feeling depressed or lonely, even if they're surrounded by others, it could be because their brain is craving intimacy. In these cases, we only have evolution to blame yet again. Our DNA is selfish and wants to be passed on to the next generation by rewarding us not just with pleasurable physical sensations, but with mental stimulation as well. The brain of someone who has never had sex,
Mental stimulation, my boy.
intimacy of it. This in turn, who's never had sex, their brain begins to rebel against them. For everyone everyone is different. Some people actually don't need to have sex at all and are still healthy and happy. This can be because of a low sex drive or that the person is asexual.
Couldn't be me. Not forever, at least. I can wait till I get a husband.
And for these individuals, never having sex most likely comes with no side effects.
Oh, don't show them ankles, baby.
There are misconceptions based around what happens to someone who has never had sex. Someone may have told you that if a female
got
doesn't have sex,
grandma
their
in it.
vagina closes up. Not only is this untrue, but think of how many other complications that would cause for that person other than not being able to have intercourse.
Facial expressions, bro.
A female who has never had sex will most likely have a smaller opening to the vagina than females who are more sexually active, but there's absolutely zero chance the vagina will completely close up. Then although there may be discomfort or negative side effects from not having sex, they are still able to do so at any point during their life.
Sounds not the face if he's handsome.
Some people may choose to never have sex and can still lead a long and happy life. They may have to find other ways to mitigate some of the negative side effects, such as lack of intimacy, but it can be done. We know masturbation can produce many of the positive benefits of having sex. And there are some risks to never having sex, such as a greater chance of prostate cancer in men and incontinence in women, but we live in a time where there are medical options to combat these negative side effects.
There's still hope.
Sex is literally in our DNA.
I feel you, my boy.
So although it may not be necessary, it could be hard to avoid.
You participating in No Nut November?